So what we're going to have to wait for, Con, if you want to give me the thumbs up when you can actually see us on the screen. And then we know what people can see us. All good? Can you see me? Right, guys, we're going to wait a few minutes just to let a few people come in. Hope you're all having an amazing day. As you already know, this is the G87 M2 in Brooklyn Metallic Grey. And unless you've been hiding under a rock for the last 6 weeks, you should know all about it. So we're just going to wait for people to come in. And yeah, when we'll get going and we'll get this live stream in the right direction. If there's any questions, we do have a guy, Connor, which you can't see a second. I'll introduce the guys a bit later on who will hopefully answer them. Because I got a lot to do, I can't answer them myself. So yeah, here she is. The Brooklyn Metallic Grey M2, which someone is going to be winning. How are we looking? Is it all kind of coming in? Yeah? Yeah? All right, cool. How long shall I wait if there's more people? How long do we wait? Is that not long enough and then we can kind of get started, or? Okay, cool. All right. One thing to explain, guys, is that we've done this at this time in the day because we usually do it in the evening and then we all go home from work and then we get loads of messages asking us who's won, and then we can't answer them until the next day and it becomes a bit of a ruckus. So we're going to do it live in the morning. So it's not the best time to do it, but at least we can get everyone the information out on basically the whole thing. So first off, really important. I've got no shoes on. There's a reason for this. That is because every time I walked around, we'd pick it up on the mic. So it may look strange, but it's what I had to do. So there's a few guys probably watching with no shoes on right now thinking, I know exactly what this brother's talking about. So that's amazing news. Let's hit some emails up later on and we can have a chat about it. So let's get into it. The Brooklyn Metallic Grey M2. 2023, 15,000, I think 600 kilometers. It is absolutely perfect in every single way. And if you don't want the car, when you eventually win, whoever it's going to be, you can take 40,000 euros as a cash alternative. And then hopefully I can keep it, which would be great. So, but no, those are your options if you didn't know. And yeah, let's get underway. Let's talk you through how this is going to work. So, first off, as you all know, there's only going to be one final winner, but what we're going to do is we're going to make multiple winners because we're going to give away prizes to the next 2 car competitions that we do. Now, all of this is going to be in an email, so please check your emails in the next 24 to 48 hours because everything's going to be explained, and if you have won something, we are going to tell you anyway. But if you're 1 millisecond out, you're going to get a carbon. That is a 200 euro item for the next 2 competitions, which equals 400 euros as a prize. And then if you're 5 milliseconds out, you are going to get a diamond in the next 2 competitions, which is a total of 80 euros. So if you've come in and spent 2 euros and you're inside of 5 milliseconds, you still get a prize, which is really good. Hopefully, guys, I haven't missed anything off there that we want to talk about the prizes. Is that all right? Actually, let me introduce the guys a second. So, come over to this screen. So there is one more chap over here that you can't see called Connor. He's the guy keeping an eye on the live stream to make sure it doesn't drop. This is Nick. This is the guy who's going to, once we pick the average lap times and find the actual average lap time, which gets picked by Steve, it gets handed to Nick, and then he's going to probably spend a couple of minutes and then find the name or names. So, the heat map. Let's get up the heat map first. So this little, can we change to, oh, hold on, let me stay in the screen. So what you'll see in there is a heat map of where everyone went. In the last giveaway that we did, the answers, or what you guys decided to go with were scattered basically across the board. On this one, I think it's 51% are in this little area. That you can see, oh, don't worry, no, keep the camera, which you can see on the screen there. And that's important. That's important for one reason. That one reason is that's around the golden zone. So if you're looking at that going, hold on, I'm in that area. Today is a good day, hopefully. So there is another thing I need to explain about this. So the heat map shows you where everyone went. Because 51% of people went into that area, there is going to be a tie break. And we believe the tie break could be between either 2 or as many as 12 people. In the event on a tie break, we just take it to another lap time. We won't do it now, sadly. We will name the names of the people in the tie break. But we will then, like we did on the last competition, where we had 2 people share the spoils and have to go to a tie break themselves, we basically gave them one more challenge and the closest person won. And that's exactly what we're going to do in the event of, multiple people getting to the final. So you now know. But what is good is the people also who do get into a tie break and then don't win, they get the ultimate prize because they're going to get a legend into the next competition, which is a €500 item. And yeah, it's quite a big deal. So guys, where do we go from here? What's next? What is next? Let's have a look at my list. I do have a board, which you can't see, behind the guys, which is going through everything, because this is the second time I've had to do it, and yeah, it's not easy. There's a lot to get through. So the average lap time explanation. Let's tell them.
Okay, so we have 10 laps.
Do you want me to put the mic to you, Steve? Yeah, I can explain. So Steve, say hello.
Hello.
This is Steve. You may know him. He's head of DMs, so anyone who's had a good experience in the DMs, this is the reason why. It's this guy here. Looks like a ginger Santa Claus. I look like a ginger non-Santa Claus, so there you go. Right, so the average of 10 lap times. Let me explain it. If I went away now and did 1 lap time, that technically would be an outlier. And I would know the exact time, and then maybe someone might say in here one day, oh, you've told your friend because some guy in Hungary won, and then it's like, right. So we never wanted that. So from the start, we've always done it this way. I've driven 10 laps. They are in order of, I think it's the first successful lap all the way to the 10th successful lap. And what that means is, if you notice, they gradually get a bit quicker. This is one problem. I had an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually practice and drive the car that we did it in, which is the McLaren 720S Evo. And like anything, over the hours and making the clean laps, you get faster, faster, and faster. So I could have just kept going and going and going, but the problem is that I only put a certain amount of time into the reference laps, which is the F1 car. And then the Pontiac, what was the last name of it? Solstice, that's it, yeah. So we have to try and use the same format with these laps. So as you can see, these are the lap times. Now, from here, what we're going to do is randomly generate 5 lap times using a Google generator, and then that average lap time is going to find us a number. And that's where Nick's going to give us the names, and we're going to find out who won. Also, like I said, you all know your numbers. You all know your lap times. So maybe someone in the chat's going to be like, I've got that lap time. And then we're going to be like, yo. And then someone else is going to go, but I've also got that lap time. So remember, tie break scenario, that's after this. And that has to be done over the next 7 days because some people aren't contactable. We might not have their mobile number. We have to do it via email and things take ages, as you all probably know. So, I'll just burp. Sorry, guys, that's horrendous. Let's do it. Let's randomly select the lap times.
The first time.
Okay, hold on. So, the first time, can you see the screen?
Yeah,
they can see the screen. Okay, cool. Steve, can you see the screen on there? Is that coming up? Yeah, cool, right.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Sweet. The next one, randomly. Number 3. What else we got?
We'll have to go again.
We have to go again because we had another 8. Number 6.
Sure, we had number 3 already, right?
Yeah, we've had number 3. Number 10. And then we got one more. You can see Steve's screen there, dude, can't you? Yeah. Okay, cool. Lastly, number 1, which brings a time of, what is the time going to be? It is 6:35.791. That is the winning time. If you have that time, this car may be yours. But remember, we're most likely going to have multiple people because everyone was in the right zone on this one. And we have to go to a tiebreak. So, let us see. What have we got? So this is going to...
A tie.
Yeah.
Expected.
Yeah.
and It is 12.
It's 12. Right, okay. Do you have the names?
I've got Baha Salim from Sweden.
Right, okay. So hold on. Let me... can you put it on the other screen so they can see Nick and me? Right, cool. So we're going to name the people out that go through to the tie break. And okay, so we've got a Baha Salim. Does it say his location? Sweden. And we've got a Eros Pasotti. He's from Italy. We've got a Miguel de la Fuente, who's from Spain. We've got a Mihai Sorin Gesier from Romania. Alessandro Zuta, Latvia. Manuel Manzia, Austria. Ivan Santos Rocha, Switzerland. Aiello Antonov from Bulgaria. Marcus Costa, Portugal. Clemens Ernst from Germany. Claudia Helga. Morsch Verhener, Germany. Attila, which one is that? Yeah, is that Attila? Oh, yeah. Attila Barabas and Nikola Viskovic from Croatia. So we've got 3 people from Germany, 1 person from Croatia, Portugal, Bulgaria, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Romania, and Latvia, and Austria. So
Selection.
12 people. Anyone who's outside that time by 1 millisecond, like I said, is going to get a carbon. So if you're 1 millisecond out, which means that you'd either be, what's the last 3 numbers? 791. So if you're 792 or 790, you would get a carbon into the next 2 car competitions, which are going to be decided really soon. So you know what cars they are, which is awesome, which will be a big group of people. And then if you're 5 milliseconds out, you get a diamond, which would be anything up to, if it's, what's the number again? So 791 all the way to 796 is going to get a diamond for the next 2 competitions, and 791 all the way to 786 is going to, 86 is it? Yeah, 86 is going to get a diamond as well. So those are the names. If anyone in the chat is one of those people, I don't know if they are. We had on the last one loads of people just saying, I've won. And we're like, no way. And then turned out they were lying. So, but we do have the names. We do have the people. They will go to a tie break. And even if they don't win the car, they still get a €500 prize. Which is, yeah. So from this point, what we're going to do is we're going to email everyone. If you've won something anyway, we're going to email the winners. We're going to go to a tie break scenario. And then we're going to, hopefully in the next couple of days, pick the winner. If you haven't won, it's the game, I suppose. It's the way it works. But we've got plenty of stuff coming up in the future. And yeah, thanks for playing, I suppose. Is there anything else we wanted to bring up at all? No? All right, guys. That's who it is. The names have been decided. There they are. Also, on the last one, we got in a lot of trouble because we went through the spreadsheet and there were people's names on there and cut out parts of the email, and we got a load of complaints. So we, for data protection, didn't want to show it this time. But the good thing is, there's 12 winners on there, and you now know the names, and hopefully one of them is going to be watching or see this video. So, guys, thank you for playing. The next one's coming up really soon, and I believe, yeah, if you're inside those times, check your emails today or tomorrow because you're going to be getting a diamond and a carbon into the next 2 competitions. And guys, if one of you's won, check your emails because you're about to contend for a car into the final show.